If you think the dead stay buried, you've never been to Black Hollow Graveyard. The old man didn't smile when he said it. He just stared at us from under that weather-eaten hat, the brim dripping rain, his fingers tightening around the rusted keys. We'd heard rumors. Not the fun kind people tell to scare kids, but stories whispered in low voices by locals who refused to go near the place after dark. Still, we were a team of so-called professionals. Haunted hotels, abandoned asylums, even that shipwreck where something tapped on the hull from inside. But graveyards? We thought we could handle graveyards. It was almost midnight when we reached the gates. They stood taller than any of us, forged in twisted iron that seemed to curl inward. Like the cemetery was trying to keep something in, not keep us out. When the old man pushed them open, the sound wasn't just metal grinding. It was like the air itself was protesting. And the smell. It wasn't just decay. It was wet earth, burnt wood, and something sweet. Wrong sweet, the kind that turns your stomach. We stepped inside. The rain barely reached us here. Trees, massive oaks and elms, stretched their branches together so tight above our heads, the sky disappeared. They weren't normal trees. They bent in strange directions, twisting toward the graves instead of the light, their bark scarred with deep human-like gouges. The old man gave his only warning. Never step past the northern end. Not since the fire. He didn't explain. We didn't ask. Should've. We set up our gear, cameras, EMF readers, thermal sensors. The first odd thing, the grave markers. None of them had full names, just first names, and in some cases a single letter. 5 minutes in. The wind stopped. Every sound gone. No rain on leaves, no distant traffic. Even our footsteps seemed quieter. Then it started. The static in our headsets. At first we thought it was interference from the rain, but then the static formed shapes, words, a whisper, a woman's voice, breathless. Leave. We all froze, looked at each other. The producer grinned nervously until the voice came again. Louder, closer. Leave. We followed it. Stupid, but that's what we do. The ground felt strange here. It's too soft, like walking on something hollow. Every step made a faint sucking sound. The smell grew stronger. The cameraman cursed. His battery had drained from 90% to 0 in under a minute. It back up dead. Only one flashlight worked now. Its beam caught a small grave. Tilted, crooked, the soil disturbed, wet, and freshly turned. And the headstone. Blank. The ground shifted. A lump formed in the soil. Slowly, it rose. Then, pale fingers broke through. Thin, too long. The nails sharp and blackened like they'd been clawing for years. The hand twisted unnaturally toward us. Then another hand. Then a face, if you can call it that. The skin was stretched tight but wrong, like it wasn't its own. The mouth too wide. A smile that split all the way back to where ears should have been. And its eyes black pools that didn't reflect light. It moved without lifting itself, dragging its body forward with its hands. The sound, nails on wet wood. We backed away. Then the earth around us began to move. Dozens of graves shifting, bulging, cracking open, shapes pulling themselves free. Some crawling, some standing, all moving in the same slow, deliberate way. Toward us. We ran, but the layout had changed. Tombstones now formed walls, corridors. The straight path to the gate was gone. Somewhere in the dark, the sound of dragging feet. Not one pair, dozens. Then, far ahead we saw the gravedigger, standing just outside the gate. We screamed for him to open it. But as we got closer, the beam of our light caught his face. His eyes, gone, to black empty sockets, his jaw hanging loose. And then he whispered, the exact same voice we'd heard earlier. You stayed too long. Something wrapped around my ankle. Cold, wet, a hand. I fell hard. The flashlight spun away. I was being dragged. Backward. My nails tore into the dirt but couldn't find anything solid. Something breathing, directly above me. The others grabbed me, pulled hard, and I broke free. But now we couldn't see the gate. We ran blind through twisting rows of stones. Sometimes I swear we passed the same grave twice. Same crooked cross, same cracked angel statue. Every few seconds, the whisper, sometimes from behind us, sometimes right in my ear. We found a small crypt. The heavy stone door was ajar. Inside it was dry. We slammed it shut and leaned against it. It wasn't safer inside. The walls weren't stone. Parts of them pulsed, warm to the touch, breathing. The cameraman vomited when he realized one pillar was actually a column of bodies, stacked, fused together, their mouths still moving. We tried to leave. The door was gone, just a solid wall now. We heard them outside, crawling, tapping, and then, underneath us, the floor bulged upward, cracks spreading, pale fingers emerging between the stones. We didn't have time to scream before the ground gave way, and we were falling into darkness. When I woke up, was in my car, engine running, mud on my clothes. My phone said 4:06 a.m. The other's gone. Now, every night, at exactly 3:17 a.m., I hear that whisper again, closer. And last night, it didn't say leave. It said my name.